40 years ago, a disease that would be called acquired immune deficiency syndrome began to spread across America and the world. AIDS would eventually take the lives of more than 700,000 people in the United States. But today, thanks to new medicines, more than 1 million Americans aren't just surviving the disease, they're thriving, living long and normal lives.
Yet here in the South, many still shy away from those groundbreaking treatments. NBC 15's Darwin Singleton shows us the promising future for those living with AIDS and HIV in tonight's reality check.
There was a time when a positive test for HIV, the virus that causes AIDS, meant the clock was ticking. There was no cure and few ways to treat the deadly and contagious disease that whittled away at the body's immune system. But not anymore.
People feel like once you get HIV or something like that, they feel like, oh, it's the end of the world. Well, it's not.
R.J. Grace has come to AIDS Alabama South for a medication that doesn't cure AIDS, but it prevents people from getting it. It's called PrEP, and it's changed the face of the epidemic.
It's just not the end of the world for us.
But even better news, because of new medications, a one-a-day pill now keeps those who have tested positive for HIV from getting AIDS, and even preventing them from transmitting HIV to another person, even during sex. It's called viral suppression.
And that is where the amount of HIV in their system cannot be detected by any known lab test. And through that, they also cannot pass HIV on to anyone under any circumstance.
AIDS Alabama South offers treatment free of charge for those who have no insurance or those who can't afford it.
So essentially, we have in our back pocket the tools to end the HIV epidemic.
But even with those new medications that makes HIV undetectable in those who take them, the numbers of new cases in the South remain staggering.
There's a lot of stigma around living with HIV still.
Kurt Goodman is the executive director at OASIS, the HIV/AIDS service organization for Pensacola and Northwest Florida. Goodman says the key to ending AIDS now is getting people tested, and those who test positive on new medications.
A 20-year-old today diagnosed with HIV has the same life expectancy as a 20-year-old not diagnosed with HIV. As long as you're in treatment and as long as you take your medications, you're going to live a normal, healthy life. It's a very manageable chronic disease, much like diabetes is nowadays.
But in South Alabama, Northwest Florida, and throughout the southern United States, the numbers remain high. In Florida, 1 in every 292 white adults are living with HIV. 1 in every 156 Hispanic adults are positive, and 1 out of every 49 African American adults are living with the virus. And many who are don't even know it. And those with HIV may not be who you think they are.
And Walton County, for example, last year, 89% of all new HIV infections in Walton County were heterosexual.
40 years into this epidemic, and all of this can and will change if people would get tested and, if positive, get on these groundbreaking medications.
There's now a once monthly shot to treat HIV.
It's a new day. This is not the 80s or 90s.
Just come in, but it's up to you to want to do it.
In Mobile, Darwin Singleton, NBC 15 News.
AIDS Alabama South serves Mobile, Baldwin, and 10 other counties in Alabama, while OASIS serves communities in 4 northwest counties in Florida. Both have free testing and treatment options. We have their contact information in the Find It section of mynbc15.com.